This horse girl game has been officially taking over my life and I can't stop looking into their goddamn content. Literally a week ago, I was just surfing the internet, just doing my own stuff. Then I was just flooded with the overwhelming amount of Umamusume Pretty Derby content. And, I saw there was the anime, of course there was the girls, there was a shit ton of ghost ship memes, so I just started binging the anime. There were actually a lot of anime seasons of Umamusume Pretty Derby, including season 1, season 2, season 3, a movie, beginning of the new era, also Road to the Top, the ONA with 4 episodes, and also the new full-length seasonal anime Umamusume Cinderella Grey, which I just finished, and I just gotta say, that shit is fire! But enough of that. I just really want to focus on one character that I completely fell in love with. And that girl is the undisputed overlord of the century, TM Opera O. I mean, the one thing that really drew me into her is, she's just a massive ore farmer, man. She's self-absorbed. It's almost comical how self-absorbed it is. Her mannerism is over the top. She always proclaims her greatness in front of other people. She was literally ore farming in front of kids in the beginning of the New Era movie. Because she's just that girl, She's just that bitch. She literally won every single race that she was on in the previous year. I mean, let's look at the official records of the horse from the 2000s. So you can see here that she legit won every single race from February of 2000 up until December of 2000. So she had a monumental domination, like a full-on domination against every single horse. And this was also covered in the beginning of the New Era Umamusume movie, where it covers actually after her major massive wins in the 2000s and covering the spring Tenno show that was on April 29, 2001, and where every single horse or any horse at this point would be past their prime, but Opera O still managed to get first place in a G1 race. There was actually a 2013 JRA commercial that was specifically made for TM Opera O. So these JRA commercials are usually made for horses in the past with monumental wins, like a lot of G1 wins. For example, Ogre Cup has a commercial about her as well. So the commercial about TM Opera was about him in the 2000 Armageddon. So this Armageddon happened at the end of the year at December. It's stated, and I quote, "Winning continuously makes all other horses enemies. The horse was completely surrounded. The way was supposed to be closed. TM Opera O, why could you run?" Could you guess did he win? He fucking won. Just an absolute beast of a horse. Like, these horses don't come around and just destroy the G1 scenes, and Opera O, she just destroyed the whole G1 scenes in one single year, getting 5 G1s. Also, one thing to mention is that Opera O was also the first horse that the Ogre Cap rule was applied, and he won. So the Ogre Cap rule is a rule that was set right after when Ogre Cap couldn't run in the Japanese Derby due to her late registration in the classical race, because when you need to register for classical races, you need to do it a year before that. But because at that point Ogre Cat was still in her countryside town, and I hope I don't butcher this name, okay, I'm butchering it already, Kasamatsu, so she really couldn't register for the classical races, and at that point she didn't really know if she gonna join the nationals or not. And this was actually covered in the anime series Umamusume Cinderella Grey. Be sure to check that series out because that series is amazing. But because of this rule, Opera O was able to run in the classics the following year, and the rest is history. She won. She won. So You know, just an amazing and inspiring story from a horse turned horse girl. If you see how the stories of the horses are are carried on to the anime counterparts and how their anime counterparts are actually acting, like these race records are literally lower accurate because they are from real life. How TM Opera will triumph in the anime is literally how TM Opera will triumph in real life. She actually like pumps me up if I see her on screen. You know, she is an ore farmer, she is an entertainer, she's like everything you want in a badass horse. Won 5 G1s in a single year, tied with Symbol Rudolph, which is also a horse girl in Umamusume, with 7 G1s win in total. And I hope that will be an inspiration to a lot of people as well. Like, I recently just got into the lore, you know, the lore of Umamusume Pre-Derby and, you know, just general horse lore in general. And, you know, I just become really invested with the game. Also in the early stages of their global release, AE like 2 weeks, they released about 2 weeks ago. You know, there is much content to do. So if you guys want me to see covering like, you know, the game content or maybe even more horse knowledge content, you know, definitely make sure to check out my channel, subscribe and like. You know, all that shit really helps my channel to grow. And praise the Overlord of the Century.